Probably explain how I got here. A month ago I disappeared. At least, that's how it looked from the outside. To everybody else, I was just gone. No phone calls, no messages, no explanation. Just gone. What actually happened is a little harder to explain. For most of my life, there were things that didn't make sense. Memories that felt incomplete. Patterns I couldn't ignore. People showing up at exactly the right time. Questions that never seemed to have answers. Then one day those answers started showing up all at once. And the more I learned, the stranger everything became. I discovered Project Nephilim, or maybe Project Nephilim discovered me. I learned that parts of my life weren't random, that some of the people around me knew more than they ever admitted, that the things happening inside my head weren't always imagination, and that subject 082694 wasn't just a number. Somewhere along the way, I stopped asking whether the project was real, and started asking what they wanted from me. The answer led to a place most people would never believe. Underground facilities, archived lives, memories that weren't supposed to exist, other subjects, other iterations, pieces of myself I didn't know I'd lost. And eventually, an escape. Or at least that's what I called it at the time. Funny thing about that, you spend your whole life thinking freedom looks like a door opening. Nobody tells you the hard part comes after you walk through it. Because once I was out, once I was back in South Carolina, back in the RV with Randy and Bubbles, back to gas stations and campgrounds and ordinary life, I realized something. Nothing was over. The project was still there, the questions were still there, the memories were still there, and the person who left wasn't the same person who came back. This is the story of what happened next. This is alignment. June 15th. The missing month was over. The real experiment was about to begin.
After the missing month, after the missing month, everybody asked where I've been. I just smile and say I'm doing fine. 30 days fell through my hands. Now they're looking for a straight line. The neighbor waved from down the street like nothing ever changed. And I don't know how to tell him everything feels rearranged. The world kept turning, I guess that's what worlds do. I came back, but I don't feel return. Standing in a life I should remember, watching all the pieces try to fit like somebody moved the furniture while I was gone. I know this road, I know this town, I know these faces, but something's different now. Maybe it's them, maybe it's me, maybe it's both. Tried to pick up where I left off. Coffee shops and grocery lines. Everybody talks about the weather, nobody talks about lost time. Sometimes I catch myself forgetting, then remember all at once. Like a wave hitting concrete, awakened from a falling dream. And every conversation feels half a second late. I came back, but I don't feel return. Standing in a life I should remember, but watching all the pieces try to fit like somebody moved the furniture while I was gone. I know this road, I know this town, I know these faces, but something's different now. them. Maybe it's me, maybe it's both. The dog still knows my name, the cat still waits by the door, the moon still hangs above the trees. Same as before, same as before. So why do I feel like I'm visiting my own life? I came back, so I don't return. Maybe some things don't come on completely. Maybe some doors stay open in your mind. Maybe healing isn't going back. Maybe it's learning how to stay after you're gone. Everybody asks where I've been. I wish I knew how to answer. Nowhere you'd believe. Nowhere here. Back at work on a Monday morning, same old badge around my neck. Everybody says it's good to see me. Nobody knows what happened yet. So I smile and keep it moving. Talk about the weather and the heat. Half the room is making future plans. I'm still trying to catch up to me. Every conversation feels rehearsed, like I missed a chapter everybody else has read. So I pull the long sleeves down again, even when it's 90 in the shade. Tell them that I've always hated sunlight. Tell them that I've always dressed this way. Nobody asks the right questions. Nobody sees what lives underneath. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's what I need. Grocery store and traffic lights, mowing lawns and Friday nights. The whole world kept on spinning while I disappeared from sight. Now everybody wants a simple answer, a clean line they can understand. But every truth sounds like a lie the second it leaves my hands. And I'm getting tired of pretending none of it changed me. So I pull the long sleeves down again, even when it's 90 in the shade. Cover every lie and every secret, hide the evidence away. Nobody asks the right questions. Nobody sees what lives underneath. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's what I need. Some nights I sit awake trying to remember who I was before the missing months, before the sleepless drives, before every crowded room started feeling too bright, before I learned how easy it is to come back and still feel gone. So I pull the long sleeves down again, pull the collar high around my neck. Everybody thinks I'm getting better. Maybe they're correct. Maybe healing isn't moving backward. Maybe it begins with carrying it all, learning how to live with what happened without explaining it at all. Where you been? Nowhere you believe. Nowhere you believe. Tuesday morning, plastic chairs and cable news. Name gets called down the hallway, same routine as always do. I'm breathing through a plastic tube, watching numbers climb the screen. Doctor staring at the monitor, longer than he should have been. Something in his face changed, only for a second. He said,
"Take another breath for me."
I said, haven't had to use the inhaler in weeks.
He said, "Let's run it one more time."
Like he already knew what he'd find. What he'd find. 3 more tests, same conclusion. Machine says something isn't right, or maybe everything is, depending who designed it. He keeps scrolling through the data, never saying what he's thinking. Finally turns the monitor around and asks me what I think I'm seeing. I don't know much medicine, but I know impossible.
He said, "Take another breath for me." I said,
That machine has got to be broke.
he laughed like he heard that one before.
Then wrote something in his notes and said, no, it's working exactly how it should.
No asthma, no tightness, no waking up, fighting for air.
No rescue, inhaler in the center console.
An emergency, backed up anywhere.
30 years of breathing through a straw. Dum, 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 dum. Like somebody who swept a sweat.
Got to be out, enough to be out. Enough to be out.
The numbers climb higher. The nurse looks confused. The technician leaves the room. Nobody says a word except the doctor, who doesn't seem surprised at all. He said,
You should be very careful who you tell.
I said, what exactly am I telling them?
He looked out the window back at me.
Then signed the paper silently. The test results read.
No more.
The monitor told a different story. As I got up to leave, he handed me the report, and underneath the signature, a handwritten note, just 3 words.
Phase 2 confirmed.
Long enough. Friday night down at the same old spot. Friend of a friend in the parking lot's hot. Beer signs going through the smoke in the glass. Everybody talking over everybody else. Been a few weeks since I showed my face. Still getting used to crowded places. Still getting used to hearing my name without wondering who sent them. Everybody's got a story to tell. Work week's over and I'm raising hell. I'm sitting there trying to look alright. trying to act like nothing happened. Then somebody new slides into the booth. Friend of a friend, I forget his name. Shakes my hand, looks me over, laughs and says, damn son, you gotta be 6'6", hell, maybe 6'7". I laugh, take a sip, lean back in the chair. Nah, just a Nephilim. Couple folks laugh, some don't get it, most don't care. But my best friend cuts in quick, like he was waiting on it. Don't mind him, boy's been making up stories his whole damn life. Everybody laughs, conversation keeps rolling. Nobody thinks twice except me. Cause he never stopped to think, never searched for an answer, never looked confused. Ride home, that thing bothered me. The way he caught in before anybody could speak. The way he smiled, the way he laughed, like he'd heard that joke 100 times in the past. So I kept thinking maybe that wasn't luck, wasn't luck. Maybe that wasn't luck, wasn't luck. Maybe that wasn't luck, Music up, windows down, middle of nowhere, heading out of town. Dashboard glowing in the dark, just me and my thoughts, which is usually a bad combination. Started replaying years in my head, like somebody shuffling old film reels, trying to spot what I missed. Every random phone call, every unexpected visit. Every time he showed up, right when things got difficult. Every time he somehow knew when something was wrong before I said a word. Back when I was younger, I used to think he was just observant, the kind of guy who notices things, the kind of guy who remembers details. Now, I wasn't so sure, cause once you start pulling on the thread, everything starts moving. The right tone, the late night talks, the way he redirects certain conversations, the way he shut down others, like he was steering around something I couldn't see. Or maybe something he could hold right home. That thing bothered me. The way he cut in before anybody could speak. The way he smiled, the way he laughed, like he'd heard that joke 100 times in the past. I kept thinking maybe that wasn't luck, wasn't luck. Maybe that wasn't luck, wasn't luck. Maybe that wasn't luck. Maybe it was coincidence. Maybe I've been through too much. Maybe I was seeing patterns where there weren't any. Maybe he was just a friend, doing what friends do, looking out for me, helping me through. But then again, how many times can coincidence happen before it becomes something? Next morning, coffee shop off the interstate, same place we met 100 times before. Sun coming through the windows, people headed to work, everything normal, at least on the surface. I finally looked across the table and asked, how long? He stirred his coffee, didn't even look up. How long what? You know what? Long silence, longer than I expected. Then he smiled, real small, and said, long enough. Long enough to know when something's wrong. Long enough to know when to come along. Long enough to steer a conversation clear. Long enough to always end up near. Long enough to catch me when I slip. Long enough to know when not to push. Long enough to keep a secret. Long enough to carry it. Before he left, he pointed at me, shook his head and laughed. Soon as somebody says you're tall, you gotta quit telling folks you're a Nephilim. I asked him why. For the first time all morning, he looked me dead in the eye and said, one day somebody's gonna believe you. Then he stood up and walked out, leaving me with the check and a whole lot more questions. Didn't sleep much after coffee. Rain tapped on the camper roof. Brandy snoring by the dinette. Bubbles making her nightly rounds. Spent half the night staring through that little window by the sink, watching headlights move along the highway. Thinking more than I should think. One sentence, one coffee, one look across the table. Funny how that's all it takes to make your whole life unstable. Started with the easy memories, little things I brushed aside. yours again. Said he was just passing through. Said he almost took another road. Back then I bought that story. Now I don't know. Back then I called it timing. Now I ain't so sure. 'Cause every road that I got lost on, I know somehow led me back. Every time I hit the bottom, somebody knew where I was at. Every close call, every back turn, every lesson I had to learn. Looking back now, it's hard not to wonder how many people knew more than they let on. Then I thought about the doctor back before the mission month. How he'd asked a couple questions that let me ramble on too much. Never seemed in any hurry, never looked at me sideways. Even when I sounded crazy, talking about things I couldn't explain. Most folks would have written me off or told me I was wrong. He just nod, write something down and keep moving along like he was waiting for me to catch up. 'Cause every road that I got lost on somehow led me back. Every time I hit the bottom, somebody knew where I was at. Every close call, every bad turn, every lesson I had to learn. I'm looking back now, it's hard not to wonder how many people knew more than they let on. Parked outside the campground, just north of Columbia. Notebook on a little table next to yesterday's coffee cup. Started writing down every name, Daniel, the doctor, my best friend, that mechanic, the woman at the gas station. The list kept getting longer till I ran out of room. Then I turned the page and kept writing. Maybe they weren't watching, maybe they were waiting. Maybe there were rules about what they could say. Maybe every one of them had to sit there knowing and let me figure it out my own way. Maybe every close call wasn't really chance. Maybe every open drum of card was a bigger plan. Bring the delivery on the roof. Bring the break on the roof. Every thing got the brain don't rain on the roof. Engine ticking, highway humming in the dark. Randy, I stick by. Bubbles watching through the glass of me, trying to figure out how long this had been going on. And for the first time, I wasn't angry. For the first time, I wasn't scared. 'Cause every memory I look back up had somebody standing there. Now running my life, now pulling strings just close enough to keep me moving when things got rough. Every hard year, every rough patch, every moment I thought I wasn't coming back. Somehow somebody always appeared, but right when I needed them near. Maybe the strangest part wasn't finding out they existed. Maybe the strangest part was realizing how long they've been there, and how many times they arrived right on time. Right on time. Spend a Sunday down by the river. Notebook open on the passenger seat, watching folks launch boats, watching clouds drift east. Got tired of asking questions, got tired of getting none. Figured maybe for once I'd be the curious one. So I started small, nothing crazy, nothing anybody noticed. Just a couple different stories dropped in different conversations. Told one friend I was headed west, said I might be gone a week. Told another I was thinking about moving closer to the beach. Told somebody at the campground I was heading up to Maine. Then I sat back in the RV and waited for the rain. Funny thing about secrets, they don't stay put. 'Cause 3 days later, one came back around, not from the person I gave it to, from somebody else in another town.
little signs, pieces of my own stories coming back from different lines. Nothing big enough to prove it, nothing small enough to miss. Like somebody passing notes around in a room I couldn't see. And suddenly I could feel the shape of it. 'Cause 3 days later, one came back around. Not from the person I gave it to, from somebody else in another town. And I just sat there smiling, looking at the message on my phone. 'Cause for the first time I wasn't the only one being known. Maybe they knew I was testing them, maybe they let it happen. Maybe somebody higher up was laughing at the whole thing. Watching subject go way through 694, finally start connecting dots. Had been sitting there for years. Night falls, camper lights, Randy Coda by the door. Bubbles watching through the windshield like she already knows more than anybody saying. I look around and laugh to myself. This ain't exactly how I imagine freedom, but it ain't the worst thing either. 3 days later, one came back around. Then another, to the pattern, settled down. And somewhere in all that noise, a strange thought crossed my mind. Maybe they weren't hiding anymore. Maybe they were waiting for me to find them. That night, I left a note on the little table. One sentence written across the page. Y'all can stop being subtle now. Next morning, the note was gone. Woke up before the sunrise. Rain had finally moved along. Coffee brewing in the corner. Randy stretched and gave a yawn. Reached across the little table, looking for the note I'd left. Found an envelope instead with my name written on it. Nothing else, no return address, no stamp, no explanation, just my name. Staring at it a while, like maybe it disappeared. Like maybe if I didn't open it, I could stay right here. Same campground, same questions, same little life I built. But curiosity's a hell of a thing, and it's always been my weakness. So I broke the seal. Inside was one page, one line, one place, one time. No threats, no orders, no demands. Just if you're ready, we're ready. We're ready. Whole drive there felt different. Not scared, not angry, not looking in the mirrors anymore. For the first time I wasn't running, wasn't hiding, wasn't trying to figure out who knew what. I already knew the answer. The answer was everybody. Office building off the interstate looked like any other place. No fences, no checkpoints, no men standing around with rifles. Just a receptionist who smiled when I walked in, like she'd been expecting me for years. Maybe she had inside was one page, one line, one place, one time. No threats, no orders, no demand. Just if you're ready, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready. left, I knew then you knew, my best friend knew too. Not everything, just enough to keep me moving, enough to keep me here, enough to keep me alive, long enough to reach this moment. Conference room, 4 chairs, window looking out over the pines. One older man standing by the glass, hands folded behind his back. Didn't introduce himself, didn't need to. He looked at me, smiled, and said, "You got a lot of questions." I laughed and said, "You have no idea." For the first time, he laughed too. All those roads, all those years, all those people appearing near, all those moments I call luck, all those times I got back up. Every thread, every sign, every hand at the right time started making sense somehow. Standing in that room right now, before we sat down, before the first answer came, he said something I'll never forget. We stopped studying whether you'd survive. Bop, 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 bop. Long pause. We're studying what you'll become. Took me down a quiet hallway, far from all the conference rooms, past the offices and key cards, past the polished dress shoes. Funny where they keep the secrets, not behind some vault of steel. Just another door, another hallway, another thing that doesn't look real. The old man swiped a card, green light, heavy lash, looked back over his shoulder, said, "Take your time with that." Cold air, rows of boxes, floor to ceiling in the dark, dust hanging in the fluorescence like tiny floating sparks. Names, dates, years, decades stacked higher than my head. Whole lives packed in the cardboard, filed away and left unread. Then I saw a black marker on a white label, 082694, sitting there like it had been waiting. Funny how your whole life can fit inside a box. I spent years chasing ghosts, trying to find the shape of them, pulling at threads, watching them disappear. Then all at once there they were, stacked up on a shelf, waiting for me, like they'd been expecting me to show. First file, school records, second file, medical scans, third file, photographs. I don't remember anybody taking birthday parties, football fields, parking lots, and county fairs. People smiling next to me, I swear weren't even there yet. Somehow, looking at their faces, I knew their names. Hours passed, maybe longer, hard to tell. Inside that room, the deeper I dug, the stranger it got, like watching somebody else's life bloom. Stock evaluation, progress reports, observations written in pen, page after page of people trying to understand who I become. Then I found one, different handwriting, different tone. I spent years chasing ghosts, trying to find the shape of them, pulling out threads, watching them disappear. Then all at once there they were, stacked up on a shelf, waiting for me, like they'd been expecting me to show. Took me down a quiet hallway, far from all the conference rooms, past the offices and key cards, past the polished dress shoes. Funny where they keep the secrets now, behind some vault of steel. Just another door, another hallway, another thing that doesn't look real. The old man swiped the car, green light, heavy latch. Looked back over his shoulder, said, "Take your time, what's that?" Cold air, rose boxes, floor to ceiling in the dark. Dust hanging in the fluorescence like tiny floating sparks. Years, decades stacked higher than my head. Whole life packed into cardboard, filed away and left unread. Then I saw it, black marker on a white label, 082694. Sitting there like it had been waiting. Funny how your whole life can fit inside a box. I spent years chasing ghosts, trying to find the shape of them. Pulling up birds, watching them disappear. Then all at once, they were stacked up on a shelf, waiting for me like the dead, expecting me to show. First file, school of records, second file, medical scans, third file, photographs. I don't remember that then they first file, school records, second file, medical pictures to be. Cut fluffy, first file, school records, say them, then finds a first, but they couldn't show. First file, school records, second file, medical scans, third file, photographs I don't remember. In the big drinking birthday parties, football fields, parking against the feel again. This day in the rain. I spent years chasing ghosts, trying to find the shape of them, pulling at the threads, watching them disappear. All just that they were stacked up on a shelf. Back in the archive room, 3 hours gone, maybe 4. Hard to tell when you're standing in front of your own life. Box after box, file after file, trying to figure out where memory ends and paperwork begins. Then I found a photograph and everything stopped. So everything stopped. 6 people standing outside a building somewhere out west. Everybody's smiling, arms over shoulders like they've known each other forever. One of them was me, at least I think it was. Same eyes, same face, different haircut, different year, different life. The strange part wasn't seeing myself, the strange part was missing them. 'Cause I knew their names before I read them, knew their voices before I heard them, knew the feeling before the memory arrived. And all at once, something came rushing back, like it never left. One was was always laughing. One hated authority, one kept sneaking dogs into places dogs weren't supposed to be. One never slept, one read everything, one disappeared, and nobody ever talked about him again. I knew all of that before I knew how. That's when I stopped reading and started remembering. 'Cause I knew their names before I read them, knew their voices before I heard them, knew the feeling before the memory arrived. And all at once, something came rushing back, like it never left. Faces, names, places, conversations, pieces connecting themselves like somebody unlocked a room I forgot existed. And behind every memory was the same realization: I wasn't observing history, I was remembering it. Generation after generation, cycle after cycle, version after version. Somewhere along the line I stopped thinking of them as subjects and started remembering them as friends. I knew their names before I read them, knew their stories before the files did, knew exactly why looking at those pictures hurt, because buried underneath all the reports and classifications and subject numbers was something simple. I miss them. The old man watched me put the file away, then he asked, "Do you remember them?" I stared at the photograph a while, and for the first time I didn't answer right away. Some of them, long pause. He nodded. That's more than we've ever recovered before. Rain came down most of the evening, soft against the camper roof. Randy curled up by the doorway, bubbles stretched out by the window screen. Highway humming somewhere distant, red taillights drifting through the trees. Everything looked just like always, except for me. Tried to make myself some coffee, ended up just standing there, staring at the steam rising, like maybe it'd take me somewhere. Back to faces, back to voices, back to places I can't find, back to names that almost fit the edge of my mind. I know I knew them, that's the part that hurts. 'Cause I can hear the laughter, but I can't hear the words. I can see the outlines, but the details all are blurred. I remember missing them before I knew who they were, and I don't know how to explain that to anybody on this earth. To anybody on this earth. One of them hated mornings, one of them drove too fast. One could turn any bad situation into something we'd laugh about. I know these things, I know they're true, the certainty sits in my bones, but every time I reach for more, the memory's gone. Found myself setting out 4 chairs before I caught what I was doing. 3 in the morning, standing alone, looking like I lost my mind. Pulled one back, then another, just stood there for a while, 'cause for half a second the camper felt full. And then files. The project gave me records, the project gave me dates, the project gave me proof, but none of that explains why my chest hurts when I look at those photographs, like I'm looking at family. Not subjects, not assets, not generation numbers, not reports, not experiments. Just people, just people, just people. I can hear the laughter somewhere past the static, somewhere past the years, somewhere past whatever happened. Maybe that's enough. Maybe memories don't disappear. Maybe they just wait for somebody to carry them. Here, around 4 in the morning, the rain finally stopped. I looked over at Randy, still asleep by the door, and for the first time all night, I remembered a name, not the subject number, not a designation name. I whispered it out loud, just to hear it again, then sat there until sunrise, trying not to forget.
I remember thinking that if I could just get out, everything would make sense. I thought there'd be answers waiting on the other side. I thought I'd finally understand what happened to me. Turns out, that wasn't really the question. The question wasn't what Project Nephilim is. The question wasn't what they did. The question wasn't even who I used to be. The question was, what do I do now? I've seen the files, I've read the reports, I've remembered things I wasn't supposed to remember, people I wasn't supposed to remember. Some of them are gone. Some of them I still see every now and then when I close my eyes. I used to think the project was about making something stronger than human, something faster, smarter, harder to break. They spent a whole lot of years measuring the wrong things. Because the parts of me that mattered weren't the parts they built. It was Randy waiting by the door. It was Bubbles sitting in the window. It was friends who knew more than they ever said. It was people showing up right when I needed them. It was connection. It was always connection. Maybe that's what survived. Maybe that's what all of this was for. I don't know what comes next. Honestly, I don't think anybody does. But for the first time, I'm not running from it. I'm not running from the project. I'm not running from the memories. And I'm not running from myself. Alignment. Funny name. For most of my life, I thought I was lost. Turns out, I was just pointed in the wrong direction. This is Bragi Helvig, subject 082694. Still active, still learning, still here. End log.